us touch the sky. Come on and touch it, baby. Right on. Yeah, just like that. Now, if you can, for real, send me love. Just with the energy of your hand, just send me love, just like that. And I'll send it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to stand for the playing of the national anthem on steel pan by Mr. Shaquille Brooms, following which, please remain standing for the invocation by Miss Indra Wallace.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we come before you this morning thanking you for all the mercies, dear God, that we have received. And we want to trust you as well for those that are to come. Father God, we know that this journey was not an easy one, dear God. But we are grateful, dear God, that you would have put the right persons in place to get us to this point, dear God, where we can achieve baby-friendly hospital status, dear God. We want to thank you, dear God, for all the hands, the hearts, the minds, the willingness of all those who were involved, dear God, as we continue, dear God, to provide baby-friendly, mother-friendly, and family-friendly care to all those in our community, dear God. We want to ask you to continue to bless this institution as we forge together, dear God, to provide care to our citizens in Tobago. Take charge of these proceedings, dear God, and be with us today, dear God. Help us to feel blessed, dear God, as an organization that we would achieve, dear God, this accreditation, because it doesn't just mean receiving an award. It means that we are better fortified, dear God, to provide the care that our mothers, babies, and families deserve. These and other mercies, dear God, we ask with thanksgiving is our prayer in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Brooms and Ms. Wallace. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have your seats. Allow me to recognize at this time Assemblyman Dr. Faith B. Israel, Deputy Chief Secretary and Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. Ms. Megan Morrison, Assistant Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. Other members of the Executive Council. Ms. Alicia Bailey-Job, Administrator of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. Members of the Board of Directors of the Tobago Regional Health Authority. Dr. Gabriel Vivas Francesconi, Pahohu, Country Representative for Trinidad and Tobago and the Dutch entities. Dr. Michelle Harris, Advisor, Non-Communicable Diseases and Mental Health, Pahohu. Mrs. Deborah Thomas, National Breastfeeding Coordinator, and other representatives from the Ministry of Health. Mrs. Alison Rambaran Andrews, Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Regional Health Authority. Executive Management Team and Managers of the Tobago Regional Health Authority. Mrs. Deborah Cook-Warner, Breastfeeding Coordinator, TRHA. BFHI Trainers, BFHI Planning Committee, members of staff of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, and the TRHA. Persons viewing live online via our Facebook page and Tobago Updates pages. Members of the media. All other specially invited guests. Good morning. I am Lindian Parks, your Master of Ceremonies for today's proceedings, and it is indeed my esteemed pleasure to welcome all of you to the Baby-Friendly Hospital Initiative Accreditation Ceremony for the Scarborough General Hospital. Throughout this ceremony, you should expect to see lots of smiles, lots of faces beaming with pride, as it's a truly momentous occasion for the Tobago Regional Health Authority and the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, with this award of BFHI accreditation being bestowed after a journey that started in 2022 with a very committed and passionate team. I will now invite to the podium to bring remarks Mrs. Deborah Cook-Warner, Breastfeeding Coordinator at the TRHA, who very ably led a team of 8 that undertook BFHI training in 2022 and she continues to steer the course. Let us warmly welcome her.
You're bringing it right down. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assemblyman Dr. Faith B. Israel, Deputy Chief Secretary and Secretary of the Tobago, the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, Ms. Megan Morrison, Assistant Secretary in the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, other members of the Executive Council, Ms. Alicia Bailey Job, Administrator of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, members of the Board of Directors of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Dr. Gabriel Vivas Francesconi, PAHO WHO representative for Trinidad and Tobago and the Dutch entities, Dr. Michelle Harris, advisor, non-communicable diseases and mental health, PAHO and WHO, Ms. Deborah Thomas, manager of the National Breastfeeding Coordinating Unit, and representatives of the Ministry of Health, Ms. Alison Rambaran Andrews, acting CEO of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, executive management and managers of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, BFHI trainers, BHFI Planning Committee, members of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, and TRHA, persons viewing live on our Facebook page and Tobago Updates, members of the media, and special invited guests. I am Deborah Cook-Warner, Baby Friendly Coordinator for the Tobago Regional Health Authority. This morning, I am honored to bring remarks on this historic event. The Scarborough General Hospital being accredited by the Pan American Organization as a baby-friendly hospital, having successfully completed the requirements of this prestigious award. According to Anthony Lake, and I quote, "Breastfeeding is one of our most effective and cost-effective investments nations can make in the health of their youngest members and future health of their economies and societies. By failing to invest in breastfeeding, we are failing our mothers and their babies, paying a double price in loss of lives and loss of opportunities," end quote. Today, I want to commend the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, the Board of Directors of the Tobago Regional Health Authority and its executive, in taking this bold step in ensuring that our youngest members of our society are afforded the privilege to have healthcare facilities that promote, protect, and support breastfeeding from conception. We do not only want to support breastfeeding in the healthcare facilities. We would like to have a breastfeeding environment, both public and private, that supports breastfeeding in the workspace, in areas where we socialize and areas where we play, so that we will be able to support mothers and thus increase the exclusive breastfeeding rates. The 10 Steps to Successful Breastfeeding, which was established in 1989 and later revised in 2018 by WHO and UNICEF, is a framework that guides the implementation of the baby-friendly hospital initiative process for accreditation. I must admit, this journey has not been an easy one. But I must express gratitude on behalf of the Breastfeeding Steering Committee to Ms. Deborah Thomas and your team. And I must make mention of the team, Ms. Florence Jeffrey, give us a wave. Ms. Josanne Reese, Ms. Odessa Armstrong, and Ms. Odessa Armstrong, for your tenacious support in preparing us for the accreditation process. Thank you. Special thanks also to Ms. Michelle Benjamin in her absence, but I'm sure she is viewing online. Also, special mention to Mr. Alexander for their unwavering support. I also must mention of our baby breastfeeding or BHFI trainers. Where are they? I hope they are here. Yes, they are here. Must make special thank you to all of us. And so in February of 2024, the TRHA was put to the test. The first internal assessment completed by competent assessors, Ms. Mitzi Bennett Nichols, Ms. Chanel Jenkel Davis, Ms. Winnell, who is not here with us, and Mr. Clint Ryan, a force to be reckoned with, of the Ministry of Health, who are all present here today. The findings of this report, though daunting, they were used to inspire us to achieve excellence. And so I say thank you all. The results of 2 internal assessments qualified us for international external assessment by PAHO officials, attaining more than 90% in all areas of the 10 steps to successful breastfeeding. Today, the Tobago Regional Health Authority can boast of an initiation of breastfeeding rate of above 85%. It used to be 16%. We can also boast of increased breastfeeding rates, and we could also boast of 85% of our babies leaving the hospital on discharge from hospital, exclusively breastfed. So that's something to clap. We also have a support group. There's also a support group. We could also boast of the support group. Tobago Adventures of Breastfeeding Support Group was established in August of 2022. Thank you again, Dr. Faith. And we have a clientele of more than 200 persons. We also have Lamass classes, breastfeeding education at our clinics, and a hospital that provides mother-friendly and baby-friendly care. I call on primary health care providers. Your role is critical in supporting mothers to breastfeeding. Let us continue to work together. I must express gratitude and recognize the true stalwarts of breastfeeding. Mrs. Karen Moore Nicholson, Director Nursing, TRHA Board of Directors, Dr. Dylan Remy, Dr. Julian Wheeler, Cindy George Tadier, past breastfeeding coordinator, and the deceased Stephanie Charles and Ursula Almond for their unwavering commitment in laying the foundation for promoting, supporting, and protecting breastfeeding throughout Tobago. This prestigious award must not be taken lightly, as it marks the beginning of a perpetual journey in improving the future of the health of our society. And therefore, strategies must be put in place to sustain this accreditation, and this must be prioritized. We all have our parts to play. Let us embrace this breastfeeding initiative to improve the health status of our future generation. I thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Deborah Kukwana, and of course the team for your unwavering commitment. Please join me in warmly welcoming to bring greetings the very gracious and industrious Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Mrs. Alison Rambaran Andrews.
I think we're good. Assemblyman Dr. Faith B. Israel, Deputy Chief Secretary and Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. Ms. Megan Morrison, Assistant Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. Other members of the Executive Council, Ms. Alicia Bailey Job, Administrator of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. Members of the Board of Directors of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Dr. Gabrielle Vivas, our WHO PAHO Country Representative, Dr. Michelle Harris, our Advisor on Non-Communicable Diseases and Mental Health, PAHO WHO, Mrs. Deborah Thomas, our National Breastfeeding Coordinator, and other representatives from the Ministry of Health. Executive Management Team and managers of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Ms. Deborah Cook-Warner, our Breastfeeding Coordinator, BEHI trainers, our Planning Committee, members of the staff of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection of the TRHA, our persons viewing live on our social media platforms, members of the media, and other specially invited guests. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Let me firstly extend a gracious welcome to our visitors from Trinidad and from PAHO WHO. Welcome to Tobago. Welcome to our Scarborough General Hospital. Welcome to our newly accredited baby-friendly hospital. To my colleagues, all, I am happy, I am proud, I am smiling. I am so enthused to be here this morning, and I graciously accept this invitation to bring greetings to each and every one of you. So what does it mean to be baby-friendly? It means that we have pledged and we have committed to provide a safe space for our women and our newborns. It means that we have committed to providing a context for proper nutrition, adequate nutrition from the get-go. It means that we are going to continue to nurture these young ones, these babies who are, in 20, 25 years, going to be part of our workforce, our productive workforce, and they will be our leaders in the future. So it is our responsibility to always do the best that we can do. So I'm just bringing greetings. I'm going to be brief, but I want to share my personal experience with you on twofold. When I became a mother some almost 13 years ago, I went to the hospital without any bottles or formula because, of course, I work in health, and I'm going to do nothing but breastfeed my infants. And then I had no letdown reflex. So my milk wasn't coming. And panic and dread stepped in that hospital because I'm there and I'm wondering, I don't know what to do. So two things. I reached out to the breastfeeding counselors, the persons I would have worked with. Stephanie Charles, departed, who assisted me, gave me the counseling I needed. And I always remember that. But I would share something that's a little bit comical as well. That dread wasn't only because I understood the benefits of breastfeeding. It was because I remembered me breastfeeding when I was a child. And I remembered because I was a breastfed toddler up until 6 years. So I don't know if this is something to boast about, be embarrassed about, hide myself. But as a mother, I'm wondering, why did I do that? Why did my mother allow me to do that? But what I remember about that was the comfort and the smell of my mother and the peace I felt. So, of course, I was schooled at the same institution my mother taught at. And I remember vividly, because I was 6, my father picking us up, and as soon as we turned that corner, I would jump on my mother. So I was so ashamed that any of my friends would see what I'm doing, of course. We had to turn the corner. But it was, of course, no longer about nutrition. That was just comfort and bonding. And that is really one of the things I want to speak about. And I want to advocate. That bond between mother and child is something that we must cherish and preserve at all costs. I also want to talk a little bit about this journey in the context of our achievables for 2030. We have some targets and some milestones that we have pledged and committed to achieving. We have committed to end hunger. We have committed to have zero poverty. We have committed to health and well-being of our people, quality education, safe spaces. All of that forms part of our United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And I want to say to this audience and to the wider public that this achievement today is a small step towards allowing us to reach those goals. So giant leaps are ahead of us. I want to also talk about the fact that our economy is changing, our society is changing. We have a greater participation in our labor force of females who have just given birth, who don't have the luxury of being home for a year and 2 years to feed their infant, to cuddle them, to do what I did to my mother right? So they are forced to go out into the workforce to earn and to support their families. So we have to encourage, as the wider Tobago, the creation of safe spaces that support breastfeeding. It cannot only be the Scarborough General Hospital. It has to be the wider of Tobago if we are going to achieve our objectives. So that is my thoughts today. That is what I want to leave with us, how committed we are. I want to also share that in good times and bad, resources must always be allocated to the children, the youngest of us all, and that is how we commit to doing better. I leave you with gratitude, welcoming you again to Tobago, and saying to you, child by child, family by family, village by village, we are committed to making this the greatest little island on the planet. Thank you.
So we have learned the secret to the strength, the capability behind the CEO of the Tobago Regional Health Authority. Breastfed is indeed best fed. Representing our committed TRHA Board of Directors is Mrs. Karen Moore Nicholson, Director of Nursing. Let's warmly welcome her to the podium.
Everybody could join with us. Ho-ha! Ho-ha! Stop your drum, Mr. Drummer. Good morning, one and all. I welcome you all to the Scarborough General Hospital Conference Hall. We are gathered here on this momentous and auspicious occasion so that PAHO, Ministry of Health, can present us with our baby-friendly hospital initiative accreditation. Drag your bow, Mr. Fiddler. Ho-ha! 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 Thank you. Assemblyman Dr. Faith B. Israel, Deputy Chief Secretary and Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, Ms. Megan Morrison, Assistant Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, other members of the executive, Ms. Alicia Bailey Job, Administrator of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, members of the Board of Directors of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Dr. Gabriel Bibas Francesconi, PAHO Country Representative for Trinidad and Tobago and the Dutch entities, Dr. Michelle Harris, Advisor, Non-Communicable Diseases and Mental Health, PAHO, Ms. Deborah Thomas, National Breastfeeding Coordinator, and other representatives from the Ministry of Health, Mrs. Alison Rambaran Andrews, Acting Chief Executive Officer, TRHA, Executive Management Team and managers of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Mrs. Deborah Cook-Warner, Breastfeeding Coordinator, TRHA, BFHI Trainers, BFHI Planning Committee, members of staff of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection and the TRHA, persons viewing live online via our Facebook page and the Tobago Updates, members of the media, all other specially invited guests. Good morning again. My name is Karen Moore Nicholson, Director of Nursing on the board of TRHA. And I am very proud but humbled to bring you greetings on behalf of the chairman, who is unavoidably absent, our deputy chairman, and all the other directors of the board of directors of TRHA on this momentous day. Today, my heart is filled with philanthropic joy as we gather to celebrate this milestone. We say congratulations to the team for a job well done. This is a very huge achievement for the TRHA, the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, and the Tobago House of Assembly, and by extension, the entire Tobago. It is celebration time now, but not too long, because we have to continue the trajectory. Let me just share a bit of history of our first attempt at becoming a baby-friendly hospital. It was in the 1990s up at the old hospital on the fort. Yes, we tried then. Called the Tobago Regional Hospital then. I was privileged to be on the maternity team that valiantly fought to obtain the accreditation. It was real hard work. Mrs. Kukwana said it. It was, and it still is hard work. Unfortunately, one step out of the 10 stood in the way of our achieving accreditation. And this was sensitization of the entire staff to the breastfeeding initiative. It will be remiss of me not to mention, as mentioned before, 2 key team members who have since passed on. They are Nurse Stephanie Charles and most recently Nurse Ursula Almond. May their souls rest in peace. At this time, Sangre Grande was the only hospital in Trinidad and Tobago that was accredited and held it for many years. When DHV Cook Warner submitted a proposal to the board to start the process of becoming a baby-friendly hospital for the second time, there was no objection by the board once I was on it to the request, as this project was very dear to my heart. She led the fight as breastfeeding coordinator. Monthly reports were submitted by Nurse Kukwana until the achievement of this prestigious accreditation award. I want us to commend Nurse Kukwana, her hard-working team, and the entire staff of Scarborough Hospital. Without you, this could not have been achieved. Well, I say now, give them a loud, lusty round of applause. We can do it again. They deserve it. As they achieve this, working 24 hours a day. It's not easy. 24 hours you have to give towards this. Congratulations once more. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Karen Moore Nicholson, for that very spirited address. I will now like to invite Mrs. Deborah Thomas, National Breastfeeding Coordinator of the Ministry of Health, to come to the podium. Let's warmly welcome her, please.
Assemblyman Dr. Faith B. Israel, Deputy Chief Secretary, and the Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, Ms. Megan Morrison, Assistant Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, other members of the Executive Council, Ms. Alicia Bailey-Job, Administrator of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, members of the Board of Directors of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Dr. Gabriel Vivas Francisconi, PAHO WHO Country Representative for Trinidad and Tobago and the Dutch entities, Dr. Michelle Harris, Advisor, Non-Communicable Diseases and Mental Health, PAHO WHO, Mrs. Alison Rambaran Andrews, Acting Chief Executive Officer of the TRHA, Executive Management Team, and managers of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Mrs. Deborah Cook-Warner, Breastfeeding Coordinator, Tobago Regional Health Authority, BFHI trainers, BFHI Planning Committee, members of staff of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection and the TRHA, those persons viewing online, members of the media, and all other specially invited guests, good morning. I am Deborah Thomas, manager of the National Breastfeeding Coordinating Unit in the Directorate of Women's Health at the Ministry of Health. I must say I always enjoy, I'm off script, I always enjoy coming to Tobago because one of the things I love about you, you always add all of your cultural flavor to whatever you're doing. So last time I found out that breastfeeding does make sure that the baby end up sicky. And today we owe hard for speech ban. Good morning again. Breast milk is an important source of energy and nutrients in children aged 6 to 23 months. It can provide half or more of a child's energy needs between the ages of 6 and 12 months, and 1/3 of energy needs for children between 12 and 24 months. So see you got triple, double, all of that right. Exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months has many benefits for the infant and mother. Chief among these is protection against gastrointestinal infection, which is observed not only in developing but also industrialized countries. The benefits that can be derived for mothers and babies from breastfeeding are reasons enough to ensure that all hospitals become baby-friendly. This global baby-friendly initiative strategy is important to the protection, promotion, and support of breastfeeding. The implementation of the 10 steps to successful breastfeeding, mother-friendly care, and care for HIV-positive mothers and babies was a requirement for mothers and babies to experience a higher standard and quality of care at our maternal and child care units. There are 2 components of this strategy, which are the critical management procedures to support breastfeeding. They involve the development of hospital breastfeeding policy, the training and sensitization of staff, and the support for the international code for the marketing of breast milk substitutes. The key clinical practices to support breastfeeding is the second component and encompasses education, preparation, protection, and support for women during the antenatal, intrapartum, and postpartum period. The BFHI strategy required a paradigm shift in our strategic management to inculcate in the minds of everyone involved that each step contributed to the short and long-term prevention and reduction of non-communicable diseases. The economic benefit is casually mentioned at times, but should not be ignored, as infants who are exclusively breastfed reduce the burden on our emergency department and the public purse. The preparation of this hospital was a unique experience for all of the parties involved. The many flights to and from Tobago, observing the metamorphosis of the staff as they mobilized and became a well-oiled piece of machinery. The growing pains and noting the changing levels of maturity were reasons enough to continue the journey as the aha moments were realized. The BFHI became the catalyst for change in the obstetric and neonatal departments, and the care offered to pregnant women and mothers became more dignified. Pregnant women were taught what to expect in pregnancy and delivery, and were able to make informed decisions about how to meet the nutritional needs of their babies. The birthing experience was new to both staff and clients, as mother-friendly care was further emphasized following the introduction of the Respectful Maternal and Newborn Care course that is available on the Pan American Health Organization's virtual campus. Fathers and other support persons present at birth were allowed the opportunity to participate in bonding with their babies because initiation of breastfeeding was immediate, uninterrupted, and skin-to-skin contact lasted for 1 hour or more. And that became the standard. The intimacy created became, this experience created the intimacy, and this was expressed, created much intimacy, and this was expressed by some of the persons who witnessed the birth of their child. From delivery to discharge, the support is available for clients and patients. This support is crucial to the continuation of exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months and then continuing up to 2 years and beyond. The expert advice received from the support groups, Tobago Adventures of Breastfeeding, better known as TABS, provided the comfort and impetus for many mothers to continue on their quest to achieve exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months and then to continue. Honorable mention must be made of Mrs. Deborah Cook-Warner, baby-friendly coordinator. Not forgetting her team of very hospitable and hardworking persons. You created history for Tobago in successfully preparing for the first ever hospital in Tobago to become globally accredited. To the executive of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, I must express my profound gratitude to you for your cooperation and dedication to ensuring that the mothers in Tobago deliver their babies in baby-friendly hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Deborah Thomas, National Breastfeeding Coordinator of the Ministry of Health. And now helping us to commemorate this very momentous occasion in time is the wonderfully talented Miss Tessa Alfred, who will entertain us in song. So, you all can just sit back, just relax while we listen to Miss Alfred. I'd like to invite her to the podium.
welcome to one and all to this baby-friendly health initiative to promote breastfeeding and to share of its benefits. Well, let me tell you, I hear everybody saying exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. Well, let me tell you my business. Me 3 pitney them breastfeed for 3 years. The 10 valuable steps for successful breastfeeding. Breastfeeding nutrition is the most important for all our pitney. And you know that? Nice. Bonding time. Many of you could attest when the pitney them a breastfeed, you take your hand and comb down the eyebrow, broom in the nose, and yeah, breastfeeding. What we gonna do without that? The milk is free, and convenience. Anywhere you go, baby crying, yeah, and to pull out the breast. Yeah, and you hush up. Breast milk. Breastfeeding helps us mothers come back in our Coca-Cola shape. Me used to tell me, no water, no sweet broom, no, I don't know some of the bush them. Stick to breast milk. No, sir? Well, hear this. In my days when me come to hospital, they tell me you can't walk around. Me hear they say, he a bouncing ball from mothers to bounce. Well, let me tell all you, remember when you bounce, know that you have for strictly exclusive milk and not spend no money for no formula. They say no formula, no water, no butter. You're not going to promote any thing for the environment. So save all the money they all you want for buy formula and buy the nice clothes. But remember, strictly breastfeed. Yeah?
And that was certainly not a song, but a dramatic piece. And so we thank Ms. Tessa Alfred for entertaining us. In 2015, the World Health Organization, WHO, and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, initiated a process to review and revitalize the BEHI program that was launched in 1991. The process culminated in the publication of updated implementation guidelines in 2018. These new guidelines stress the integration of the program into healthcare systems and mandate the implementation of the 10 steps in all facilities within a country. So I'm saying all of that to say that this accreditation is indeed a major deal. I wish to now invite to the podium to address us the representative for the accrediting body, Dr. Gabriel Fifas Francesconi, PAHO, WHO country representative for Trinidad and Tobago, and the Dutch entities. Let's give him a very warm Tobago welcome.
Assemblyman Dr. Faith B. Israel, Deputy Chief Secretary and Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, Ms. Megan Morrison, Assistant Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, other members of the Executive Council, Ms. Alicia Bailey Job, Administrator of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, members of the Board of Directors of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Ms. Deborah Thomas, Manager, National Breastfeeding Coordination Unit, Ministry of Health, representatives from the Ministry of Health, Mrs. Alison Rembrandt Andrews, Acting Chief Executive Officer, Tobago Regional Health Authority, Executive Management Team and managers of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Ms. Deborah Cook Warner, Breastfeeding Coordinator, Tobago Regional Health Authority, BEHI trainers, Planning Committee, members of the staff of the Division of Health, Wellness, and Social Protection and of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, persons viewing online, members of the media, all other specially invited guests. So I'm very pleased to be here for the first time in Tobago and having this enthusiastic reception. Definitely something very encouraging. So I'm very happy to be here with you today as we recognize the successful assessment of the Scarborough General as baby hospital-friendly hospital. This is not just a milestone for the hospital, but also for Tobago. I am particularly pleased that in spite of many delays, I am finally able to join you here today to commemorate this significant achievement. This signals our collective ongoing commitment to the health and well-being of our future generations. I must begin by commending the dedication and hard work of the healthcare professionals of the Tobago Regional Health Authority who have played a significant role in this achievement. I have heard some of the stories of the levels of personal sacrifice demonstrated by members of staff here at the Scarborough General Hospital. I wish to congratulate you and encourage you to continue to maintain the standards of excellence demonstrated during the assessment period. Achieving baby-friendly status is not a small feat, and this has truly been a collaborative effort between all the partners. We at PAHO WHO have partnered with the Ministry of Health and by extension, the regional health authorities, with the support of the Tobago House of Assembly to providing the training, guidance, and support to facilitate the implementation of the 10 steps to success breastfeeding. But why is this status so important? So let's connect the dots. When we invest in health of our mothers and children, we invest in health of our nation. The positive ripple effects extend beyond the hospital walls. Stronger families, healthier communities, and a more robust workforce, all contributing to a more prosperous country. This is also a powerful reminder that wellness is not just about treating illnesses, but about fostering an environment where health and well-being are prioritized from the very beginning and across the life course. Exclusive breastfeeding, as has been said already, is one of the pillars to combat childhood obesity, which we know often leads to obesity in adulthood and increases the chances of developing non-communicable diseases. Improving exclusive breastfeeding rates is a core pillar in improving the prevention of non-communicable diseases for both mothers and children. Breastfeeding is an important step in the efforts to achieve the target outlined in the Sustainable Development Goals, actually it's the SDG number 3, which is to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Additionally, the upskilling of all categories of staff as it relates to breastfeeding and having our hospitals to achieve the BEHI status are a crucial success factors if we are to achieve the World Health Assembly Global Nutrition target of exclusive breastfeeding in the first 6 months of life to at least 50% by 2025. This achievement, therefore, has many layers of positive impact on overall national development. Thus, PAHO WHO remains committed to supporting Trinidad and Tobago to improve its breastfeeding rates. Apart from providing technical support to countries in implementing the Baby-Friendly Hospital Initiative, PAHO WHO also advocates for countries to create monitoring systems that track the progress of policies, programs, and funds utilized to achieve both national and global breastfeeding targets. PAHO WHO contributes to the development of policies towards the national implementation of the PAHO WHO Plan of Actions for the prevention of obesity in children and adolescents. It should be noted that the first strategic area of action of this plan is the protection, promotion, and support of optimal breastfeeding and complementary feeding practices. PAHO WHO also supports reporting on the monitoring of the International Code of Marketing of Breast Milk Substitutes, which provides guidelines to prevent the inappropriate marketing of breast milk substitutes. This includes infant formula, feeding bottles, nipples, follow-on milks, and other related products. Once again, I must take this moment to encourage the monitoring of the adherence to this code and the application of sanctions to manufacturers and distributors who are in violation. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today we can boast that the Scarborough General Hospital has met the global BFHI standards necessary to be accredited as the baby-friendly hospital. So another round of applause. We are pleased that as a nation, Trinidad and Tobago now has 4 hospitals that are certified as baby-friendly hospital. But still, we have 2 more to go. This has set a high standard in the Caribbean region and helps to ensure that when our babies are born, they have the best chance of moving forward, have optimal health and well-being. Thank you and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much for your address, Dr. Gabriel Vivas Francesconi. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is so very integral to all that we commit to, all that we undertake, all that we achieve at the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection and the Tobago Regional Health Authority. Please join me in warmly welcoming none other than Assemblyman Dr. Faith B. Israel, Deputy Chief Secretary and Secretary of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. Allow me to stand on the already established protocols and allow me to express how elated I am to stand here on this moment because we have accomplished a wonderful, amazing feat. I would like us. Now, let me go back a little bit. No, I will not be talking about how long I breastfed. But I want us to think about when we say baby-friendly, what that really means. Babies are not thrown out there on their own. Babies are loved and cared for and are allowed to flourish when there are other adults who are in good mental, physical, financial, environmental spaces there to cuddle them, to feed them, to clothe them, to hug them, to listen to them cry, to do all of those things. Which means that when we are talking about a baby-friendly facility, we really mean a family-friendly facility and truly an adult-friendly facility as well. Now, I'm saying that because I have heard us speak for the morning about the babies and the mummies. And the daddies, we kind of mentioned the daddies. But I want us to start getting to the point where we speak more to and about the family, the entire being. Because helping us get to healthy families will ultimately get us to healthy babies, mommies, daddies, aunts, granny, nene, and uncle, everything. Which means that we seriously need to think through what we do every single day. And let's think about it. For the mommy to be comfortable breastfeeding, it means that she has to have the information. But she has to have the information in a way that does not necessarily make her feel guilty. Because guilt causes stress, and stress prevents letdown. So, step back a little bit. The mommy that is already anxious because this may be baby number one, and you really don't know what to do. And then you have all of these other requirements on you. Let us be really careful with how we present the information so that we are encouraging breastfeeding. Because we have the information, we know all of the good things, but let us do it in a way that allows us all to be comfortable. Now, I spoke about the daddies because there is a real challenge sometimes with our daddies. You being real? And we have to ensure that the daddies understand that this bond between mommy and baby does not take away from the bond between mommy and daddy, and the realities of what that means. So remember, going back, baby friendly, yes, but family friendly is where we have to be. I want to take this opportunity to indicate to all of us and to possibly give Mrs. Deborah Cook-Warner additional work. You know what they say, the reward for good work is what? More work. Yeah, man. So one of the things we thought about at the Tobago House of Assembly standpoint is the fact that when we look at the data relating to birth rates in Tobago, we recognize that for the last couple of years, the numbers they're going down a little bit. And we have to figure out ways of ensuring that we encourage more people to have babies so that we could, bring it back up just a little bit. And one of the things we agreed on is the idea of having, and this is not new, as in it's not new to the rest of the world, having a baby box, which we will give not only to the babies who happen to be born on Christmas and New Year's, but to the babies who are born in our facility, all of them. Now, the thing about that, though, is we need to figure out, and I'm getting to where I'm giving you more work here, Deborah. We need to figure out exactly what we need to put in the box. And I am going to task you with the responsibility of pulling together a group of us, including some new mommies, some new daddies, some, to say, well, if you were given a box, what would you want in it? And remember, it's not just for the baby. It's for the family. So we will do that work soon and ensure that we are able to say to the family, we know that you have this bundle of joy, but we are going to help you a little bit with some of the things that you may need in the first couple months to treat with this amazing bundle of joy that you are taking care of. I know it says a feature address on the program, but I want to round out this speech of congratulations by saying to all of you a hearty thank you. And I am sitting there and we are listening to the number of hospitals that have gotten to this point. And we are listening to the number of facilities nationally and regionally who've made certain milestones. And I continue to be encouraged by the fact that no matter what anybody else says, the Tobago Regional Health Authority is the best regional health authority in the whole country. Because as much as we have the resource limitations and as much as we have, everything else that seems to be happening with us, we always figure out how to do it. We always at every turn figure out how to do it. And I would like to thank and congratulate the entire committee, the coordinator, the entire staff of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, because this took you doing your regular work and everything else to get us to this point. Please know that your work, your effort, and your dedication is recognized and it is appreciated from the bottom of my heart. The acting CEO mentioned the fact that the Tobago House of Assembly has a mandate. And that mandate includes us getting to several targets. And when we think about getting to those targets, you know, sometimes you see the big picture and you see the thing that is up there, and it seems very difficult to get to because it's huge, it's grand, it's big, and sometimes we cower and we think to ourselves, how are we doing that, boy? But the trick is to ensure that all of you, every one of you, do the little, teeny weeny little bit that you are tasked with every day. The teeny weeny little bit. And when every single one of you do that, when you do your job, that's all, you know. When you do your job and you do it with dedication and you do it diligently and you do it with love, we would truly get to the point where this island would really be the greatest little island on the planet. And it takes all of you. Again, let me ask each of you to stand. Let me ask those of you ladies who, just now, what my pink dress? No. They know what I'm talking about. The ones who giggling know exactly what I'm talking about. To the ladies in the cute little pink dresses, come forward. Come, you know who you are. Come. Those of you who are part of the committee, those of you who are part of the training, yes. I am asking all of you who are standing to give these amazing ladies the biggest round of applause that you can. Because it is because of the work that you guys have done. You guys doing the little part, the comforting word to the mommy, the little part. You guys, you ladies are why we are here. And because of that, we are literally now one step closer to making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. And I thank you. To the rest of us who are standing, just think about it. What else can we do today? What else can we do this afternoon? What can we do tomorrow? What else can we do to ensure that we meet those goals? What else can we do to ensure that we take care of our charges? What else can we do to ensure that we really get to, and I'm glad you said it, child by child, family by family, village by village, because it is each of us doing whatever that little thing is that would truly get us to being the greatest little island on the planet. I thank you. Have a good day.
And what can we always count on our secretary to do? Put things into perspective. Let's give her another round of applause. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten to where the air is rare. We are about to unveil you would see in front of you the pink, lovely pink, going with the color scheme, and it's blocking off the veil, the commemorative plaque, that will be unveiled. So I will at this time like to invite the Secretary, Dr. Faith B. Israel, Mrs. Deborah Thomas, Dr. Gabriel Vivas Francesconi, all three of you to stand on one side. And on the other side, the Deputy Chairman of the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Ms. Danny Jerry, our Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Rambaran Andrews, and Mrs. Deborah Cook Warner on the other side. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And following the unveiling of our plaque, we will now have a presentation of some tokens of gratitude. You know, as our local saying goes, gratitude is a must. And so I would like to invite Communications Officer in the Tobago Regional Health Authority, Mrs. Melanie Biru Singh, to the podium. She will be giving out the tokens.
Thank you, Ms. Parks. So, as Ms. Parks said, we'll be giving out some tokens of appreciation to everyone who would have made this day successful and who contributed to today. So, To present our tokens, we'd like to call on our amazing Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Alison Rambaran. Thank you. All right, so our first token of appreciation is to our Secretary Health, Wellness and Social Protection, Dr. Faith B. Israel, please. We'd like to also call on our Assistant Secretary of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, Ms. Megan Morrison, to receive a token of appreciation. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Dr. Gabrielle to receive a token of appreciation. Thank you, Madam CEO, for assisting. At this time, we'd like to ask Mrs. Deborah Cook-Warner to assist us, please. And can we call on Dr. Mitchell Harris to receive a token of appreciation, please? All right. And Mrs. Deborah Thomas, thank you so much. I think we give her a lusty round of applause. Thank you, Mrs. Thomas. And Miss Josanne Reese, Mrs. Josanne Reese. Is she here? Miss? Smile. Thank you so much, Mrs. Cook-Warner, for assisting us. We'd like to ask Ms. Cheryl Joseph to assist us with giving us. All right. So, Ms. Odessa Armstrong, can you come to the front to receive your token of appreciation? And should I say, oh-ha, oh-ha, our Director of Nursing, Mrs. Karen Moore Nicholson. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, I'm calling her to the podium again, our amazing, very, very supportive Acting Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Alison Rambaran Andrews. Thank you, Ms. Joseph. So I'd like to call on one of the trainers now, Ms. Akila Makachi Alfred, to help with the distribution of tokens. All right, our General Manager for Patient Care Services acting, Mrs. Sarah Celestine Balfour. Could you come and receive your token of appreciation? our secondary care manager at the Roxborough Hospital, acting, Mrs. Indra Wallace. Our quality manager, Mrs. Althea Sharp Johnson, and she's also a committee member for the BFHI Planning Committee. Thank you so much, Akila. All right, so we are asking one of the trainers again to assist, Miss Alana Wilson. And we're asking Miss Florence to please come. You took that trip to come over, so come receive a prize of appreciation, a token of appreciation. Excellent. Our education manager acting, Mrs. Simone Reed Devines. Okay, and collecting on her behalf will be Miss Anne-Marie Johnson. Last but certainly not least, last but certainly not least, she is a quiet person, but she has been instrumental supporting from the sidelines our Deputy Chair, Ms. Danique Jerry. Okay, thank you so much, and that brings us to the end of our tokens, but it would be remiss of me not to recognize my colleague, our amazing Master of Ceremonies, Miss Lindy Ann Pascal. We give her a lusty round of applause for doing an amazing job. Thank you. So I'll hand you over to your Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much, Ms. Biru Singh. We are almost at the end of this very beautiful moment in time, and so I will like to invite Mr. Anderson McPhee. This time he will be entertaining us in song. Let's warmly welcome him.
So we'll be taking something like this. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day, baby, and it's cold outside. I've got the money to make. Ooh yeah, I guess Let me hear everybody. You, come on. My girl, talking about my girl. I've got so much honey, the bees envy me. I've got all the melody, baby, like the birds in the trees. Your turn. Let me hear everybody now. Come on, ladies. I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, talking about my girl. Ooh. Now, so it's something like this now. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh. I don't need no money, fortune or fame. I've got all the riches, baby, that any one man can claim. So I'm giving you one more time to sing. Let's go, ladies. Let's now. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, talking about my girl. Talking about my girl. Ooh, talking about my girl. Thank you. Now, if I knew I was coming to a Miss Universe competition, I would have dressed appropriately. But this next song is dedicated to all the lovely ladies here. So on the computer, could you just give me the volume a little more? All right? Hear me now. I don't wanna hear what I say now. From the very first time I placed my eyes on you, my heart said follow true. And I know now that I'm way down on your line, but the waiting period's fine. Don't treat me like a puppet on a string, 'cause I know I can do my thing. Don't talk to me as if you think I'm done. I wanna know where you're coming from. See, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. Something so nice. Let me hear you. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. 'Cause if summer is here and I'm still waiting there, winter is near and I'm still waiting there. So what are you gonna do for me? That's gonna rock from side to side. Come on, let me see you. Rock side to side. Like I said, it's been 3 years since I'm knocking on your door, and I still can knock some more. Ooh, girl, is it feasible? I wanna know now, for I to knock some more. In life I know there's lots of grief, and your love is my release. Tears in my eyes burn, tears in my eyes burn, while I'm waiting, while I'm waiting. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. No, I don't wanna wait in vain. No, I don't wanna wait in vain. It's your love, it's your love. I don't wanna wait in vain. No, I don't wanna wait in vain. So you know, from today, we're gonna have what we call the division and the TRHA choir, right? And I know all the members. I don't wanna wait in vain. I don't wanna wait in vain. So you know it will be very hard to come here and don't touch something a little local, right? Give us something Trinidad and Tobago. So what I would like to do with the next song is jog your memory a little bit, right? I don't wanna wait in vain. So I'll jog your memory with this one. One verse and a chorus. As a matter of fact, I'll make it 2 verses. Because the second verse would be on breastfed. Right? Come on now. This chick from country says she back home, wheeling down the town. Since her arrival for carnival, like a whining machine in she system. What we say? I wanna rock, I wanna jump, I wanna I wanna rumba, dance with the soca. I wanna. Now my choir, let me hear you. Wine your boom boom. Where you say? Banga langa 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 la dang dang. Banga langa langa langa. Wine Miss Tiny. Roll back Miss Tiny. Banga langa 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 la dang dang. Banga langa 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 la dang dang. Wine Miss Tiny. Roll back Miss Tiny. Now you see the next verse. It's for the BEHI initiative, right? So I'm going to extempo this verse. So don't try to sing the second verse at all, right? Hear me now. Hold on. Hear me. When you see me, I want to cry. We just get accredited for the BEHI. What? And you see, TRHA is the best. Don't care what them say. I wanna rock, what you say? I wanna rumba, dance in the soca. I wanna. So one more time, let me hear everybody sing. Tiny whiny, on your bum bum. Tiny whiny. Wine your boom boom. Tiny whiny. Wine your boom boom. Tiny whiny. Wine your boom boom. Sing for me one time. Bang a lang a lang a lang a lang a. Wine Miss Tiny. Roll back Miss Tiny. Bang a lang a lang a lang a lang bang. Bang a lang a lang a lang a lang bang. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And when it's so nice, we ask them to continue for a little bit. So I'd like to welcome back Mr. McPhee to give us one or two more songs, please.
Okay. 1, 2. All right. So, you know, as I said, I've never seen so many Miss Universe contestants in one place. As a matter of fact, if I had to judge, everybody here will tie. So, what I will do, I'm going to do a song for all the lovely ladies here, all the ladies that would have worked very hard. It's a song maybe you haven't heard for a very long time. So, let's go. So for this song, I gotta go way, 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 way down. And this is for all the ladies that would have worked so hard for the BEHI initiative, right? This one is for you. Love has played a game on me so long, I started to believe I'll never find anyone. And life had convinced me to give in till you came in. And one day, you know, the sun came shining through. The rain had stopped and the skies are blue. And oh, what a revelation to see. Someone was saying, I love you to me. A one in a million chance of a lifetime. And life shows compassion and sent to me a stroke of love called you. A one in a million you. I was a lonely man, you know what that can give, till I found a piece of happiness to call my own. Now life is worth living again, for the love to me is close to me. A one in a million chance of a lifetime. And life shows compassion and sent to me a stroke of love called you. A one in a million you. A one in a million chance of a lifetime. And life showed compassion and sent to me a stroke of love called you. A one in a million you. A one in a million you. All right, thank you so much. So, I just wanted to give you all a chance to sing a nice song with a chorus to me, all right? Put the computer up a little bit, thank you. So ladies, back in the days when they had jukebox, these were the songs, right? And it goes like this. Well, it's supposed to go like this. So give me 1 minute, let me just help the engineer a little bit. All right. So, right. They said they want soca para. But here what I can do. The only way I could help you with soca para is if you know soca. And I'm sure I can play 5 songs that nobody here has a clue about any of those songs. Can I put you to the test? So, hear me. I put it into the test now, right? Hear me. In the heat of the jam, she want to go home. She say, all she family gone, and she home alone. See you know too. As she reach, she put on she costume and put on she robe. Has something to eat. If you hear she baby, all this meat is yours. Everybody sing, let me hear you. I don't mind. Where's that? Oh. I don't mind. Baby, I don't mind. If you want to give me, I won't refuse it. Well, I'll let know this one. But I'm sure the second one nobody will know. Only playing, only know soca music. I am sure nobody will know the next one. Because when the next one was written, hear me. No. Watch me. Girl, you know you come out to tears. I see you doing whatever you please. See you inside the man, you hold on the man. come with the jam, give him this slam. Woman, where you get all that from? I'm watching you. You're jumping up. You're giving me. You're watching me. You're giving me. If I only hold you tonight is thunder. Y'all are going to watch you and wonder. Say, I know I'm going to give you pressure. And you know you're going to surrender. All night, all night, all night. Right. Well, it seems when you see the ladies in pink, I sit down here and I think they sit up on the chair, only smiling over there. Well, if I catch you up here, watch, I'm watching you. You're jumping up. You're giving me. You're watching me. You're giving me. If I only hold you tonight is thunder. Y'all are going to watch you and wonder. And I know you're going to surrender. Cause I'm going to give you pressure. All night. All night. All night. You're jumping up all night. You're giving me. Now all you know that one. But you see the next song? Sure. As a matter of fact, the next song that coming, nobody will know it. You have to. I will make arrangements for you to go somewhere else other than Trinidad and Tobago, right? Hear me? Let me see if you really know tune. Can't carry all the ladies nowhere. Hear me? I tell him, say, not to play with fire. She won't hear, but she went and played with a wire. I had dear. Well, what a shock she got. In the yard, the wire was hot, and she balled up like she mad. What she said? Baby, my soul on fire. Watch, fire, fire. Bring water, plenty water. Baby, my heart is burning, burning, burning. I said do something, say something. Fire burning up my soul, fire burning all around. Baby, put on the water hose and put me on. Let's go. Oh my God. Say we right down here and we having real fun. Had. And it's so nice. We get the accreditation. You agree, right? Well, what a shock they'll get. In the yard we get to be black, and they bet it like we mad. What we say tell them? Baby, my soul on fire. Fire, fire. Bring water, plenty water. Baby, my heart is burning, burning, burning. I said do something, say something. Fire burning up my soul, fire burning all around. Baby, put on the water hose and put me on. Well, right. You see the next song? Sure. Nobody don't know this song. As a matter of fact, I could turn sideways, and when the song starts, I'm sure nobody wouldn't even know how to start the song. Are you ready? You want me to try? Okay. Yeah. Let me see if I can start this one. I'm not starting. Here we go. Bang 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 alang badang badang. Bang bang alang bang bang alang. Bang bang alang bang bang alang. Bang bang alang 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 bang bang alang. Pretty hard. Oh gosh. Stop all housework you're doing. Today we going and have some fun. We up here in the hospital to get we accreditation. Everybody really happy. Everybody having fun. BEHI. I show everybody liking that song. What we say? Sing for me. Tonight the black man feeling to. Tonight the black man feeling to jam, jam, jam. Tonight the black man just feel to boogie, woogie. Ah, come on, hold on to your man. I'll let me do a little. Bang, badang, badangana, bangalanga, bang, badangana, bangalanga, bang, badangana, bangalanga, bang, bang, badang, 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 bang, bang, badangana. Bangalanga, bang bang, bangalanga, bang bang. Right. Even though we have a good show, I want to say thanks to Tobago. Because they're here with we, helping we get the country. What's that? Since we started having children, what? You know we should give them, right? Everybody know the, when you feed them, they have fun. What we say? Sing for me now. The 90 black man. The 90 black man feeling to. Tonight the black man just feel to. Ah, come on, hold on to your man. I'll let we do a little boy. Dang bang badangala, bangalanga, bang badangala, bangalanga, bang badanga. Now hear what? I'm feeling real bad. I play 4 songs, and everybody know all 4. So I'm giving you a verse and a chorus of a next song, and after that I'm gone. If you only know this next song, I'm gone. Let me see if all you really know tune. All you ready? It goes like this. When you see the rhythm and you know when I come with the Congo drum, everybody know where I'm coming from. When you see I bring my bottle and spoon, everybody party in the engine room, we go jam it steady. In the engine room, we go get on. Everybody come out here and join in the line. Everybody party in the engine. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Now that is an encore. And let's give it up again for the very versatile Mr. Anderson McPhee. Thank you so very much. And now we are at the end of our wonderful moment in time. We have come to the end of our proceedings, and of course, no proceeding is complete without a vote of thanks. And so I wish to call at this time Mrs. Sarah Celestine Balfour, Acting General Manager, Patient Care. Services to the podium to deliver the vote of thanks. Let's welcome her.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon. Let's try and get this. Okay. So it is my honor to stand before you today to express our heartfelt gratitude as we conclude this significant baby-friendly hospital initiative accreditation ceremony. In 2019, as the then acting secondary care nurse manager, Scarborough General Hospital, I was tasked with the responsibility to create a baby-friendly hospital policy. At that time, we had a team of 8, which comprised 4 nurses, 2 from primary care and 2 from secondary care, a medical representative from the pediatric ward, nutritionist, the accreditation coordinator, and myself. The policy was drafted and submitted, and we were told that it was one of the best submitted by Mrs. Thomas. Today, I am here as the Acting General Manager Patient Care to culminate the process. It is therefore my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to thank all our esteemed guests and dignitaries for gracing us with their presence. Your support and encouragement has been invaluable to us. To Dr. Faith B. Israel, we extend our gratitude. We are very enlightened, and we love what you shared with us today, the baby box for every child. So we look forward for sharing that initiative with us. Thank you again. Dr. Gabriel Vivas Francesconi, we thank you for those insightful words. Your expertise and passion for improving maternal and child health inspire us all. We are grateful for your continuous efforts to make a difference in the lives of families. A special thank you to Mrs. Deborah Thomas and your team of assessors for their diligent effort and thorough examination or evaluation. Your expertise and insights have guided us through the process, and we are grateful for your dedication. I would like to extend our deepest thanks to the leadership of this hospital. To Director Karen Moore Nicholson, we thank you for your inspiring word and your spirited presentation. Both present and past CEOs, Mrs. Alison Rambaran Andrews, Mr. Garth Alexander, and Mrs. Michelle Edwards Benjamin. We want to thank you for your unwavering commitment to ensuring that the best care is provided to both mothers and babies. Your dedication to promoting breastfeeding and creating an environment that supports both physical and emotional well-being for families is commendable. I also want to extend our appreciation to our baby-friendly coordinator, Mrs. Deborah Cook Warner, and her team. Your hard work and commitment to all those hours spent training and retraining both mothers and every category of staff. You have played a crucial role in achieving this milestone. As a matter of fact, this accreditation is a testimony of your unwavering pursuit of excellence. So we thank you. To Nurse Wallace, I want to say thank you for bringing God's presence into this ceremony. Your prayers and support made the occasion even more meaningful. Lastly, but by no means least, we want to thank the entertainers. Mr. Brooms, for opening the session with the national anthem. We thank you. Ms. Tessa Alfred, for her lovely choreography, choosing to breastfeed and highlighting the benefits of breastfeeding. Thank you. To our very own Mr. McPhee, for answering the call and providing such an enticing medley of songs. Your talent, energy, and professionalism truly elevated the event and made it unforgettable. We enjoy every song that was sung today. I want to say thank you to all staff present today and for all that you do for the health and well-being of our future generations. As we move forward, let us continue to strive for excellence and uphold the standards that have been recognized today. Thank you all again for being a part of this momentous occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Sarah Celestine Balfour, Acting General Manager, Patient Care Services. Audience, you have been lovely, very engaged. See everybody dancing and swaying. And remember I said at the beginning there were going to be lots of smiles and faces beaming with pride. You came through. Yes, you came through. I'm just getting a little message, but I don't understand the sign language, so. Okay, so yes, let me continue with thanking you for being a wonderful audience. And at this time, we will have a photography session. We'll just move aside, you know, the lovely unveiling thing there, and so that our plaque can be much more clearly seen, right? So we would, of course, like to, you know, to invite everyone, whoever wishes to take photos. The photographers are on standby to get that done. And right after that, we have our lunches ready to serve you. Okay, so thank you so much once again. My name is Lindy Ann Parks. Good afternoon.